this time. I'm not gonna look. I turned off chat because I'm scared. And I don't know. Oh God, I don't know. I don't really know where to start. I don't really know where or I guess I'll just start in the beginning as like a cathartic recap. And I'm just I think the point of this stream is so I
She
can
sounds defeated.
return to some semblance of normalcy after everything. I already took a week off because I had okay, I'm just gonna start from the beginning. Last week on oh God, everything is my brain is not working. Sorry. Last week, I think it was. Now I'm scared. I want to get them. If I check my schedule, I'll know immediately. Either it was Thursday. Last week on Thursday, Lily sent me a message. She said that it was about something rather important. She wanted to call me, and I told her that I was scheduled to have my IUD removed. If you go to my Twitter, I kind of just want to talk right now, I guess. So I'm not going to take the time to pull everything up. It's there on Twitter. But I shared a week ago, 2 weeks ago, I don't know, time, that I have a PMDD, and it's basically pretty debilitating. I have hormones that make my period a living hell, and my last IUD was supposed to help it. I've tried many medications over the years, and it has not helped. And this last one was supposed to, and it didn't. I got it in November, and I've been also trigger word. There's lots of. This is not like. It's not gonna be a very like. I'm gonna be talking about a lot of personal stuff, so just tread carefully. If you're in a bad place, this might not be the best time to tune in. Sorry. So last November, I had to switch to an IUD.
I found out a huge project I was very excited for was silently cancelled because of my friend's interference, and I was lied about the reason, their involvement. I would be heartbroken or I would be furious. So I understand all the reactions to the situation. Yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely. They've been friends for multiple years too. They've met IRL and shit. It's not just an online business.
Last one expired. My last one didn't really help at all with my PMDD symptoms. I basically just have very bad PMS times a million. I spend half the month very depressed with a lot of feelings of worthlessness. Sometimes it is so bad that I question whether or not I want to keep living. And
whoa.
I've dealt with that my whole life, and so have a lot of other girls. And I'm glad that when I made my tweet, so many girls spoke to their own experiences. It's very lonely having chronic illnesses. And especially with
Holy crap.
DMJ. I did recently finish physical therapy, which is great. Yay. I was hoping that, with this procedure, I would finally be put on the right medication that wouldn't make me severely depressed and unable to continue doing work at the pace that I'm used to. And it's been a really hard last couple of months. I think my community has seen it a lot. I've been really just not myself. And I believe that's in part due to all the medical stuff going on. And last Friday, Lily messaged me, and because I told her that I was about to go get that procedure done, she held off talking to me for a couple of days. And so she said, it's okay, go worry about your health and we can talk about this later. And I get, the procedure gets moved to Monday. Lo and behold, the OR is backed up by several hours, and they said, instead of just waiting around all day, you should just reschedule. And so I rescheduled it to Monday, and I told Lily, I'm so sorry. I just don't want to. I just am not in the right headspace to talk about anything right now. Can you please wait until after I get my procedure done at the hospital? And so then a couple days go by, and I'm healed up for the most part. It's not the worst procedure ever, but it did induce a really bad period, and that is historically when my mood and mental is not the best. So I've been, in a lot of pain, and yeah. So then a few days ago, yeah, 2 days ago, I get a message from Lily, and she says that she really needs to talk to me, and the longer I put it off, doesn't get any better. She didn't say it like that, but that was the gist of it. And she really needed to talk to me, and I didn't really know what to expect, and I felt like my world exploded in the most purest emotional and physical form I could imagine. And I feel like...
So Shy Lily was the one that brought it up to her?
I don't know. I can't even remember what the conversation was like, because I was just in such a state of... It was like I'm hearing what...
So Shy Lily was the first one to snuff it out, which is why she said in that other clip that she didn't want to collab. She didn't want to do that collab with Sinder. That last collab that she declined. Okay, I remember about her thing, and I'm a guy, but it sounds bad. Far as I know, it's very serious. In Bao's POV, she is a young lady, and it's hard to decide to remove it. Can't share much for that it was too TMI, but it felt like we or I want to hug Bao. Oh, I think her thing had complications too.
Lily and Nano are telling me, but it's like I cannot compute it. I cannot.
Oh, so leaked messages Shy Lily saw and spoke to Nano to clear up and show her evidence that it wasn't true. Oh, okay. Oh, so that's when the truth came out. She was like, what? I didn't do this. Nano then brings up other cases of other things she was told about other VTubers. Charlie hears and says she couldn't come clean with everyone else. Neuro is
seeing
based.
the screenshots, and we had some conversation, and there was some back and forth on.
Dude, imagine finding out that your friend was behind you losing a model that you were planning for a debut. Like the shock. I can't even imagine it. Yeah, I can't imagine it. The betrayal is crazy.
Sorry, my. I feel like I had so much to say before I started streaming, and it all left my head. I don't know. This has happened a lot in my career, in my life, but you know, it's just sometimes you know, when you make friends in a space that is so competitive and business oriented, there's bound to be issues. There's bound to be people that get their toes stepped on, but not like this. You know, I think that a lot of times when you look at a content creator and their perceived friend groups online, and you know, some of them consider each other coworkers, or you know, it's also a business to them, transactional in some sense. But I feel like that wasn't the case here with my friend group. I felt that we've hung out with each other. Our friendship didn't start and end online. It extended far beyond that. We've seen each other at our lowest.
I feel like this isn't even transactional. This is like kind of one direction. Like, I think transactional probably has a negative connotation or definition right off the bat. I'm not too sure what the exact definition is, but it's like, you know, no, all friendships in a way, it's like, you know, you entertain me, I entertain you back. That in its way is a form of transaction, but it's not a bad one. With the Sinder thing, it felt like she was just using people to get as many things to advance her career as possible. Yes, one-sided. Yeah, that was the right word. An opportunist actually has a negative definition. Like if you look up the word an opportunist, it's usually it's always used in a negative way. You could say that somebody is ambitious, and that's not inherently negative. You know, you can be ambitious and not act the way Sinder did. I think that's an important difference that you got to do in this situation. Like networking with people, wanting to do better in your career. These can be good traits. But what Sinder did definitely crossed the line into something more malicious. It's like more rotten. You know what I mean? And sure, there's some relationships like in this sphere and in content creation that people like. It's like there's some people you collab with that you're like, oh, you know, we're not gonna hang out IRL, and you know it. You know, it's just not gonna happen, or it works because it's online. But it wouldn't work IRL. These are strictly professional relationships. Like, there's some people I work with in IRL and stuff that it's like, I'm not gonna invite them to go hang out and get a drink. But we still get along well professionally. But to go around and stab people behind their back, and to do this to somebody that is your friend, that is just so crazy to me. That's the part that I can't wrap my head around. Makes me wonder if she even considered them friends in the first place. It's like, there's different kinds of relationships, but these girls, they knew each other for so long. They've done so many things together. They've met up at cons. They've traveled. And instead of like propping everybody up, and you were doing well and they're doing well, everybody was doing well. She kind of was trying to tear them down because she was so insecure and she felt like she was losing something if she didn't. Like she kind of has what is it called? Like a sum zero. Like she feels like she isn't winning unless somebody else is losing. And even people that I have like strictly a professional relationship with, that is such a dick thing to do. It's the knife in the back. Like that's like the thing fucking Miranda does at the end of The Devil Wears Prada. As the big cataclysm of the movie. But Cinder just does it left and right like it's nothing here.
Confided in each other. We've showed each other our bare souls, and I think that in doing so there is a lot of
Yeah, for for reasonable VTubers, having the same model mama is supposed to be a point of community, not competition. Plus, like some other people mention, when you like somebody's model, often people look up who else they've done because they like seeing how the different siblings look. They look kind of alike but different. They like seeing how they're all different.
I'm so sorry.
It's just such a shock to see such cunning behavior displayed from Sinder when she portrays herself as this really wholesome VTuber too.
I don't know. I feel like the past few days has just been, I don't even know. I don't even remember, like,
Bao brief pause comment. Bao unbriefs unpause. I feel so bad for Bao in particular, from getting scammed and bad partnerships to this. She's always catching L's. I think she's got a lot of good things going on in her life no matter what, and I like her upbeat attitude and she has a lot of charisma. I think she's a great girl. Even though she's catching L, she keeps on not catching L. I feel like that's too negative. Even though she's been into a lot of misfortune, I feel like she's still kept hope in people. Even though she needs some break in between the controversy from time to time, she's powered through, man. She's powered through, and she's stronger for it.
I just remember seeing the screenshots that just when Lily told me, I immediately drove to Tara's house. And
to Tara?
That's when we had the phone call because I didn't want to be alone. I just remember crying my eyes out on the floor. Just I didn't know what to make of it. It felt like every single emotion was happening at the same time. I was so fucking mad. I was so fucking sad. And I feel like I don't know. I think there's a lot to be said about how you perceive friendships online. Sometimes it is transactional and sometimes there's mutual benefit, and I can understand that. I can understand that there's nothing wrong with that. I understand that this is still a business and this is still people's livelihoods.
Uh-huh.
I can understand being competitive. I can understand wanting to be successful.
Yeah, but why pick on Bao?
Seeing your friend getting an opportunity you wish you had gotten and feeling jealous, but still finding the courage to be happy for them despite it. And knowing that hopefully one day that opportunity comes to you, but like, in every scenario, I try to wrap my head around what I would have done if I was in their shoes. I just, I can't understand. I couldn't understand it. I couldn't understand it.
Yeah, yes, that's right. Probably she was a vulnerable target for Sinder. I don't know why she... Imagine picking up on this little thing. I'm picking on, sorry. Can't speak.
We had been through so much offline and online. And there's nothing more confusing and more painful than seeing someone in your friend group be so kind and so warm to everyone around you, and feeling that they have slowly become colder and colder towards you, and not knowing what you did or if it's your imagination. But because everyone loves them, you don't know if you want to say anything. And so you keep it to yourself. And you keep hoping it's your imagination. But then the cruel realization hits that it wasn't. And
I'm buffering?
Worse than you could have ever imagined.
I've seen this part, yeah. So Sinder had started getting colder to her because I guess she convinced herself that Bao was trying to sabotage her because of the MV thing and the editor.
And you wonder why all those times where they talked over you or ignored you if you had done something wrong.
Aww. Poor Bao.
And I just kept asking myself, out of everyone in our friend group, why was it me? And like, what did I do differently? And for so long, I was jealous of how warm they treated my friends, and I wondered why it just felt so different towards me. And reading reading everything was and confirming my worst fears was awful. Sorry. And I keep thinking about how
My friends waited for me to come home from the hospital before they told me. And they had to wait on all of that. They sat on that information.
Wow.
Had to hold it in for almost a week because they waited for me to be well enough to tell me. And even then, I don't think there was a good time anyway. And so that's why.
I mean, I think they didn't want her to go into surgery with that on her head. Yeah, they're good friends. Oh, that broke my heart.
As soon as they told me, as soon as they told me.
Thank you, Hero.
We thought of every possible solution on what to do next. And we were really fucking scared. Like we I just stopped knowing what. It felt like I stopped knowing what was real and what wasn't. And I kept wondering if I just had a fucked memory or something. Like if I just maybe I just experienced everything differently, or because the alternative was so much worse to imagine. Like, you have to understand our friendship and our experiences didn't start and end off online. It went far beyond that. And like, I just keep thinking about, like, you, like, this is, everyone knows how special a VTuber's debut is. That is kind of the most important day of a VTuber's career, and all of the preparation and foresight needed to make it happen. No one tells you how stressful the project management is. No one tells you how to run a commission, all of the assets, all of the coordination with merch shops to have everything come out on the dot. Making sure that at the same time you're planning everything, you are having to advertise it. You know, you look at a content creator online, and even though you are seeing one person on the screen, behind that one person is a really big team that they have to coordinate with, and that takes a lot of time. And if you are a VTuber and you have models and live 2D artists to work with, you know that they're booked out sometimes years in advance. And to have a sudden cancellation like that happen so suddenly, right in the middle of everything happening, it's so I can't even begin to tell you like how hard it is to pivot and restructure how the rest of the next month or couple of months is gonna go in order to fill up that space. Some VTubers planned this shit out years in advance. I'm not even joking. So to say I was fucking devastated when my model was canceled is kind of an understatement. And
Yeah,
I sat on that
like I said, I was freaking out when my teaser fucking video that's only was supposed to go on Twitter got cancelled. So imagine a VTuber model. I know, it hurts so bad. You guys warned me this would be a tough watch, but it is very difficult.
Side for so long. And I was so heartbroken that I just deleted the tweet where I teased it. Like I couldn't even look at it anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's stupid, but if you're a VTuber, your model is what represents you, and you really do have to fall in love with it because it's an extension of yourself. And so I had that model as my subathon goal, one of my top subathon goals for a while, and you know, I showed it to everybody around me. I'm very used to very cute, dainty designs, and I wanted to, I just wanted to see what it would feel like to have a sexier model. And so I had that one. And ever since that happened, I thought about getting a different artist and keeping the design, but it felt like it wasn't the same. And I didn't want an artist to just draw over the design. So I just shelved it, and I hope that maybe one day Nano would be free enough to take my commission. I told her that even if it was years from now, I would love to revisit the commission.
Oh, so, I hope Nano ends up doing the commission for Bao, man. After all this.
I don't know.
I feel like she owes her at least that.
I feel like I had so much
to say. I agree with that, Devil Eater.
I don't even remember any of it. I even like wrote some of it down, but I don't even know what my notes even mean. Like, I don't even recognize my own writing. I don't know. I think that there's so many ways to be competitive and still not hurt other people in the process.
Yeah.
And
those are my water bottles. Sorry.
I don't know. Like, I feel
Took
like
a sip. No, we didn't watch the Buff Buff
even
clip
when
yet.
she was so much smaller than me and was just starting out, I still remember showing up, calling her during a random stream and just making a little bit out of it. And like, I think I speak for all my friends, but we wouldn't be where we are if it weren't for each other. And I've always felt that way, that every success that each of us has is everyone's success. And it's so fucking cheesy to say it out loud. It sounds like at the end of Mean Girls when they take the tiara.
See, she knows the Mean Girl reference. That already makes her more base than you guys.
It up into little pieces and spread it around. I genuinely, I've always felt that way with my friends. And we know how ruthless this sphere of streaming is. We know how vile it can get, and how tough it is, and how so many times when we're hurt and we see something awful and we just want to quit, we have to keep going, and we have to just ignore it. But there's only so much a person can take. And I know it's a super stupid and niche problem to have. Like, I feel like if I explained my situation to a therapist, they'd just fucking explode. Like, it's like a privilege to be where we are with who we are. And, like, I just don't know. Like, and that's the most fucked up part about it, is like, the whole time I was like, what did I do? Like, what did I do?
You did nothing wrong, Bao. She literally did nothing wrong. Absolutely nothing. In that entire situation, she's absolutely blameless.
Why was I even considered a threat at all? I felt like she was so much more successful, and I felt like she had everything that I could ever dream of. And, like, there was no need to kick the ladder down. There was no need. How could you accuse me of being a thief when I spent 5 hours talking to our editor, telling him and assuring him that I would never stop being his friend, even if he took an exclusivity deal with you? And it would mean I would only have 2 editors for my channel. And, like, that still did not stop me from considering your financial well-being and the success and growth of your channel. And they could not even spare the same thought for me. For something
that's not even on a regular basis. Oh. This whole time, you know, this whole time, like, even in my Google Doc, I didn't put any personal anecdotes in there. I just stuck to what was said in the... Yeah, she only defended herself from the accusations that Red had written.
In the notes, in the screenshots.
Yeah, it's like that a lot. It's kind of like with cheaters, and they always believe when they're in a relationship that the other person is cheating on them. She lies and manipulate because she assumes everyone is that way because that's all she knows. No, bro, exactly, exactly.
I know how evil and fucked up this shit can get. And the whole time,
I have to take a look at it.
Like, you do not know how many times I was told to put in my Google Doc the fact that you had a significant other, and no matter how many people told me to put it in, and how stupid I would be to not put it in, I could not bring myself to put it in.
Damn, I'm glad that vampire girl called it out.
Due to your reputation, and you could not spare that same. You could not spare that same thought for me. It would have been so easy for me to prove that you had seen the messages, but I couldn't do it because in the end, I still wouldn't do that to you, and so I wonder why you would do that to me. And I don't think I've ever been quiet about my health problems either to my friends. How much I struggle with mental health and my TMJ and my PMDD, and like last year when my model was canceled, like I was literally recovering from surgery, and how could I have been scheming to take your career down at that time when I was quite literally bedridden? And so I looked at, when I read your apology, I was just looking for some semblance of, I just wanted to know if you would know what to say. I just wanted to know if you ever.
Isn't Bao pregnant too? The stress can be good for her. Yeah, she's carrying Blaine's baby. Dude, when she said you couldn't spare that same thought for me, oh man, I fucking lost it. Yeah.
Never thought of me as a close friend, or if it was just one-sided or not. And I feel like I still didn't know by the end of reading your apology, and that really fucking sucks. And now I just don't know what to think or what to believe.
I mean, I think it's the kind of thing that needs some time. I mean, maybe they can forgive each other. She can forgive her, but it's not. It's gonna be years down the road.
How easily
if there is one.
Turn this into a personal vendetta.
Dude, if this wasn't exposed, it would have kept on going on, by the way. It would have just kept on going on.
I kept it strictly about the people and the clients that were affected and how their careers were put on pause because suddenly a month-long project was put on hold, and the pivot so suddenly, especially when so many VTuber debuts are tied around a holiday or a birthday on dates that cannot be changed. Say it's a Halloween outfit, and then
Yeah, no,
How
exactly.
many times?
I also think holding a grudge isn't healthy, but yeah, I don't know if they can go back to where they were. I don't think they can go back to where they were. No, that's well said. That's well said, Jack.
Like, how many times? Like, Numi forgave you when you didn't come to her concert. That you
Yeah.
were planning with her for over half a year.
That was the first betrayal.
I wonder if you knew how devastated she was.
I hate unreliable people like that. Like, if somebody's counting on me and I promise something and it's a big deal to them, there's no way I don't just show up. There's just no way.
And how in the middle of the year when I was so depressed.
I think she's probably severely insecure.
And there were some days where I could not even bring myself to leave my bed. I still managed to fly 6 hours to New York to be there for her.
Yeah. Dude, Bao's such a good friend.
Why? I just don't. I feel like at every single pivotal moment where you had the choice to be a good person and a good friend, you chose not to be. And no matter how many times me and our friends try to wrap our heads around it and try to make sense of it, we can't. We can't, because every single time we come to the realization that that's not what we would do if we cared.
Damn. What's NPD? True, a few more hours till April is over. Yes. The worst thing is Numi said she would have taken anything like stage fright, but Sin used her gamer sub and Liddy as an excuse, which sucked. Yeah. Which made Numi feel like she put business over her friend. Yep. I mean, she knew about the concert date for months. Even if it was a business thing, that's negotiable when you're one of the main person in charge of the launch or behind it. Narcissistic personality disorder. She's for sure really selfish, at the very least.
It's at some point, like, what are you even trying to one up? If you share.
So it sounds like she's heavy on the only child syndrome. I was thinking about that too.
I don't know. I'm just.
Oh, Rikyu. Really? You had a hunch back then? You sniffed it out then. That's crazy. You felt it.
I saw a tweet today that I have always thought it's one of my favorite quotes from when I was just a cover artist in high school. And to this day, it's still one of my favorite quotes. And it's...
That's crazy, Chad.
A high tide raises all sails.
Yeah. Oh, that's what... I learned that quote from Legal Mindset, actually.
When I made the friends that I made today, not all of us were hitting 2K, 3K viewers.
Same, Katie.
You know, like, we all were, like, I don't know, a couple hundred. Like, we all grew alongside each other. And there would be days where we would be so happy that so many people showed up to our friends' debuts, and even then, if you're bound to be jealous, get jealous as a content creator. But what you choose to do with that jealousy is what defines your character. You can either let it make you spiteful, or you can fuel it.
Yep.
To forge your own success.
Yes, that's what I was talking about. Healthy competitiveness. If you... Yes, exactly. I'm gonna stop pausing the video. But yes. I could say more, but yes.
Yeah, you can share audiences with people, but at the end of the day, you are building your own community. You shouldn't focus on trying to take what other people have, because that's not how you get it. That's what they made for themselves. And it's like trying to fit a puzzle piece into a set where the piece does not fit anywhere into it because it belongs to a completely different other set. I don't know. I felt like from my point of view, they were so much more further ahead than me than I could even imagine. And I kicked down a ladder that I feel like I initially gave you. None of us would be where we are without each other.
Yeah, it is, Taiga.
This shit fucking sucks. And
Wasn't Sinder the last one to join the group too?
It's at some point, it felt like, what were these delusional stakes at hand? You know what I mean? Like, it's not like we're in high school and we're competing for prom queen or anything, you know? Like, it's people's livelihoods, it's people's businesses, it's people's brands. That affects them.
Yeah, absolutely. So many VTubers forget they wouldn't have any of the clout they do without help from others in this industry. Yeah, like, be grateful.
Like, and I thought we established that by meeting each other in person, that behind this avatar is a human being with feelings and thoughts and dreams, and it sounds really fucking corny when I say it, but it's true.
Thank you, Hero. Have a good night.
I just wanted to have a...
No, Sinder hasn't streamed. She had a stream scheduled and it never went live, as far as I'm aware.
A cathartic talk, and shit was... You could not have had this go on for so long and not know about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think she was scheduled to stream the day we were packing for Japan. We were leaving the next morning. We couldn't sleep. And I was trying to convince the voice to stream about the Sinder thing, but Barrett didn't want to. He said it was stressful. And I get it. It is stressful to stream abroad. I made a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment, and I don't expect to be forgiven. Sinder probably, but let's be real, Logan Paul apologizes better. True! Oh my god, you cooked. You cooked.
There's nothing worse than putting out there's nothing worse than putting out and sharing one of the worst moments of your life for the internet to pick apart. And I would not wish that on anyone. But I feel like if
Thank you, Yui.
Like I was tasked with an impossible choice. And I hated that I had to be in the position where it had to be me to say something or no one else would. And it's not about whether or not I'm right or wrong, but it's the fact that I didn't even want to be in this position to begin with. And I know that for so many people to be affected, that it was the right decision to do. But it really fucking sucks that I had to do it in the first place. And I
Rose.
feel like I've been given that impossible task so many times already in my career.
Yeah.
If I don't say something, then no one else will. And if I had a choice to not do it, then I would take it. But I know that would be the wrong choice. And I feel like... And I wish people knew how much this shit fucking sucks so fucking bad. I just wish my apology had any semblance of evidence that you even knew me as a person and not just someone that you had it to surpass. And when I read it, it felt like you did it.
Whoa. No, stop making us cry, man. I didn't expect her to do that. I thought she was gonna say evidence, like backing her claims, but no, she was just asking. She was just asking for proof that she cared about her as a friend.
I don't know. I don't even remember, like, my last week. So, I just want to go back. I just want to go back to streaming. And the faster I get back to some semblance of normalcy, the better. I'm just going to rot in bed and be miserable. And
I think because Shy Lily didn't want to talk about it at first, but then after she saw Cinder's apology or non-apology, that's when she actually got upset. Because Shy Lily streamed a couple times, and I don't know, that's just my assumption. I don't know if that's actually it. She streamed a couple times, and she was like, "Oh, I'm not gonna talk about it. I'm not gonna talk about. I'm just there to support my friends, and this sucks." I don't know. It could be that. I'm not sure though. I don't know why Bao had to be the one to do it. Maybe because she was included the most, she was included a lot in the screenshots, maybe?
okay.
Shy Lily cried on stream before the apology, and she went nuclear after the apology. Ooh.
Wrap it up.
I gotta watch that too.
Spam the emote. Wrap it up. And
The one to do it, Bao chose to do it. Okay.
I don't know. I guess thanks for letting me vent. And
I think this might be pre-doc, like if Bao didn't want to go public, they all
I'm
wouldn't.
just dissociating now. everything hurts and all my friends are hurting and it really sucks.
Wait,
And
while I was live, Tricky went live and cried? Oh.
we've been hurting nonstop. And please give everyone lots and lots of love. And I hope that we all find some sense of normalcy again soon.
Now she ended the
I don't
stream.
know when it'll come, but I hope it's soon.
Tricky and Yuzu crying too? Smooch.
Be good to each other. Don't.
Tricky said Sinder told me she considered me her best friend. That's a scary statement. Being considered Cinder's best friend after seeing how she treats her friend is Monka. Run! Run, Tricky! Run!
Be someone that your younger self would hate to grow up to be.
Lily went nuclear because the non-apology was exactly her worst-case confirmation of Cinder's real personality, and she really wanted to have some hope for Bao and Numi's sakes, more than her own. Aww.
I will address it any more past this stream. But thanks for listening and letting me be honest and raw with my thoughts and feelings. I hate holding shit in. It's the worst feeling ever.
Yes, Kimchi, it's based on real events, but the characters are fictional.
Okay. I'm going to awkwardly end the stream now. And I'm going to take an Advil.
Oh,
That
relatable.
is my
Mood.
alarm
Mood,
to take
Bao.
my Advil. Okay, goodbye, guys. That sounded like I'm never fucking coming back. See you later.
Yes. Bao's hitting us with the sayonara.
I think we all should go take an Advil.
Yep. I need an Advil too now.
And also book a couple of appointments to see a therapist. I personally have 2 sessions this week. So I guess I will see some of you guys there. See you
Oh.
later.
Oh, Bao.
Hey, you! Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that bell button. And I'll see you in the next video.